Your eyes are not deceiving you. When you look at Gaza and you see the entire landscape demolished, when you look at Gaza and you see 15,000 dead people, when you look at Gaza and notice there are over 5,000 dead children, over half the 15,000 dead people are likely children. That's a mass killing. That is blood, guts, and bones of lives. So when you hear an Israeli ambassador say that, first of all, listen to this Israeli ambassador and tell me he is not looking into a mirror, likely with a magnifying glass, at himself. Check this out.
You have a list from Hamas of today. Do we know whether the mother of some of the children who came out yesterday or the day before is going to be included, the Israeli mom? What do you know about anybody coming out today, supposedly, and when?
I apologize, Andrea, but I am forbidden to talk about the contents of the list until the people are back in Israel. That is our regulations. We don't talk about it publicly. I can say the following. When you release a young infant without their mother, that is surely a sign of depravity, of inhumanity. And I think this is another example, and one of many, of who we're up against. These Hamas terrorists, these killers, these murderers, to deliberately separate a young child from a parent is a very terrible, terrible thing. And yet they seem to do so, unfortunately, with relish sometimes. We received yesterday the American citizen, a 4-year-old, Abigail Idan. She was kidnapped when she was 3. She had her fourth birthday in captivity. Unfortunately, it probably wasn't much of a celebration for her. Her 2 parents were murdered by Hamas on October 7th. She has 2 siblings, a 6-year-old and a 9-year-old, who hid in the closet to survive, and they miraculously survived. So we've got 3 orphans, one who's now returned after 50 days in captivity by Hamas. And I think just look at that family and you understand what Hamas is all about. These are brutal killers. And that's why these attempts to work with Hamas to get our people out are never easy. It's always like pulling teeth because we're dealing with ruthless, fanatical killers.
Again, I repeat, if we just go by the numbers, and you know, guys, as an engineer, I'm just a numbers guy. I'm sorry. But if you look at Haifa, if you look at Tel Aviv, if you look at Jerusalem, if you look at all these cities, I see sparkling buildings and I see people at cafes eating. They talk about rockets are coming from Gaza, that in-air prison. Rockets are coming from Gaza and causing damage. Yes. A little damage here and there. But by the way, this is not justification. This is proportionality. And then you go into Gaza and see everything decimated, and you see 15,000 dead people. What Hamas did was horrendous. But if what Hamas did was horrendous, how do you define what Netanyahu is doing in Israel, or rather in Gaza, and what he wants to continue to do in Gaza? Your eyes are not deceiving you. Please open your eyes. And let's make sure that this stops.
We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number 1, subscribe to our channel. And number 2, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.